Hello, this is Roberto and this is the HVAC is my channel. Today we're going to be talking about grills, registers and diffuser selections part 2. Alright, so let's get into it. So in the previous video we were talking about how to select the outside air diffuser for 70 CFM. So for example in here we have this requirement. Let's go see here the outside air actually was 70 CFM, okay, 70 CFM. And as I was mentioning in the previous video, it was like we have a lot of options like Titus, yeah, we have Price, Greenheck, and there is more. There's a lot actually, right? More and the thermostat. Okay, there we go. So in this case, we're analyzing Titus for now. So the thing is the following. Okay, so we're doing in this case actually diffuser selection because as you remember, we had my office right here. Okay, the office, right? So we have in here, we have to inject 70 CFM. Okay, 70 CFM. However, in other videos, actually in the next video, I guess I could make this video for the next time, I will explain how the DOA system works little by little, step by step, because this 70 CFM has more history, more stories about this, okay? Okay, so this is 70 CFM, outside there 70. So for diffuser selection, I'm gonna put a little bit of guidelines, right? So for the selection, okay, we're gonna be checking actually on the following. So we need to check on the neck velocity. So neck velocity, there we go, neck velocity. Okay, so usually the neck velocity, so something that is recommended is 500 FPM or below. So that's gonna be a good starting point for the selection if we want a quiet selection based on NC ratings, okay? So in this case, I would say below, neck velocity should be below 500 FPM. See, below 500 FPM. And also we need to consider on the, let's see, there you go, NC, and then also we have to consider the NC ratings. Okay, NC ratings. So these NC ratings depends on the type of room. So in this case, I'm gonna put this in red. So let's go here in red. So this was an office, and we are in the previous video we actually did the calculation of an example of how to calculate the ventilation. Okay, so this was an office NC rating. So preferably below 500 FPM for we want quiet operation, right? And depending on the AC rating, because the NC rating is going to tell me sometimes for an office, for example, I'm going to put in here an office right here. So for an office, usually this NC level has to be below 30. You know, if you want to be conservative, so 25. Okay. All right. So see, we have all of this. So the selection is going to be neck velocity, NC rating, and of course, we're going to have to consider the throw. And also we need to consider other aspects like, we're gonna get more deeper, but basically these are the main important factors for diffuser selection. Now, in residential, it's a little bit different, but let's continue with the catalog. Okay, so in the previous video, we were also talking about, we can also select this based on the catalog. See, catalog that is available online or by Teams. You can do it by the software, and usually this software is for free. But you know, it's very handy. Why not to use the software? You can use the software, it gives you a lot of advantages. But since we're talking about price, because each one has their own software. Titus has its software, Price has its software, Greenheck, I'm not very sure honestly if Greenheck has its software, but you can also ask the representative to help you with that, okay? So I would say you can use catalog or software, but in reality, in practice, see, in practice, see, the companies already have companies like MEP companies, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection. The companies MEP have their own schedules, already, their schedules. based on schedules, based on the manufacturer. For example, it's going to tell me unit mark, for example, unit mark, okay, in the unit mark. So the unit mark depends on each company. For example, we're going to have a CD1. Yeah, okay. CD1 is going to be the unit mark, and then we're going to have an airflow range, and this is going to be, for example, from 0 to 100 CFM, and then we're going to have CD2, and then this is going to be from 101 to 200, and then we're going to have, for example, CD3, and this is going to be from 201 until 300, right? So airflow range, that's going to be that's in CFM, and then we're going to have NC level maximum, then we're going to have the throw, and then we're going to manufacturer, for example, NC level, let's say that this is NC level, let's see that this is 11, okay, this is 22, and this is 25, and the throw is, we're just giving an example of a schedule that it's pre-built, okay, so 25. And so what is CD? This depends on the company. So this is called ceiling diffuser, See, so that's the other part. So in practice, the companies already have this because they're not going to be selecting one by one each diffuser. It takes so much time. You have so many diffusers, so efficiency is very important. So in that case, they just do, okay, this is 70 CFM. So from 0 to 100, that's going to be CD1. So in this case, they're going to tag this as CD1. There we go. Okay, so maybe in future videos I'm going to show you how to build up these schedules. Okay, so I'm going to take notes on that actually. So that would be an interesting video because that's actually what is practical. Okay, all right. So in this video we're analyzing how to do this. So we're doing Titus. Let's go to the catalogs now. So in the catalogs we're going to have the following. So we're doing the Titus. So we're trying to do. So let's continue with this. So Titus. And then for the Titus, we're using the model TMS, and then we were thinking about a module 24 by 24 inches, and we're gonna check the neck. The neck would be maybe 8 or 6. We'll see. Let's go to Titus TMS. So as I was showing in the previous video, we're gonna go to the catalog. You can download that easily online. So I have the catalog already in here. So see, we have Titus. Okay, so under Titus we go to the performance data, and this is okay, let's make this bigger. There we go. So we have performance data in here. Okay, so now it's time to analyze this performance data of the brand Titus. Okay, so Titus, it's the TMS is the model, square ceiling, round neck, high performance. This is just an example because there's a variety of different options you can choose. All right. Okay, so how do we select? Let's go deeper on this analysis. So as I was mentioning in my video, so in the beginning I said the neck velocity. So the neck velocity below 500 FPM is recommended for what? Quiet operation, right? And also NC rating. So for NC rating, the office is saying that should be 30 or 25 if you want to be conservative. So let's start with neck velocity as 500 FPM. So in here it says neck velocity 500 FPM. I was making videos about residentials and it said about phase velocity, right? Manual D, especially manual D. But we're going to be talking about that later. So neck velocity is 500 FPM. Okay, so we have, let's continue here. See, neck velocity 500 FPM, velocity pressure, it gives me the velocity pressure. Okay, this is very important. Airflow, the airflow is 44? Not really. So my airflow based on ventilation, I'm trying to select, where is it located? 70 CFM. So I need the 70 CFM, but it's going to be in this column, 500 FPM. So let's analyze this very quickly. So we have airflow, total pressure, we have noise criteria, dash, we have throw in feet, 1, 2, 4. And I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means, right? So not really. In order to know what this means, you have notes all the way below this table. So we're going to check on the notes. Number one, see, what does this dash mean? Because in here we have, see, noise criteria. The noise criteria is 12, 20, 26, 31, right? So technically I could use one of these diffusers, see, 26, but look at my neck velocity is 1200. Isn't that so big, right? So we don't want to do this, but what is this dash? So we're going to go to the lower catalog level. See, we'll keep on going down, keep on. Oh, there we go. We have the notes in here. So that's the main purpose of this video. I wanted to go deeper and analyze these notes. Okay. Number one, all of these air devices are tested. I'm going to make another video on this one because also I don't want this video to be longer and longer and longer, right? So this is going to be a kind of overview of the next video. So these air devices are tested based on ASHRAE standard 70, 2006. They're telling you that. So this is basically telling you that basically the terminal velocities are 150, 150 FPM and at isothermal conditions. We're going to check on that later. So if the diffuser is mounted on an exposed duct, the throw values are 70% of those listed on the table. Makes sense because you're not taking into account the Coanda effect, the surface effect. In other words, basically that's a very important point actually. Look at this. So I'm gonna make this in here a little bit of a graph. So for example, if you have ceiling diffuser in here, let's do this very quickly. So we're gonna have my diffuser in here, right here. Oh, no, that's not looking good. So let's make it like this. There you go. So there you go. There's a line. And then I'm going to have my diffuser little right here, my diffuser. Okay. So once you have that, so you're throwing it, right? So this is horizontal. So it creates an effect that it attaches to the surface. See? So this is the surface. This is the ceiling plenum. Ceiling plenum. There you go. It doesn't just drop, so it sticks to the ceiling. So this is called Coanda effect. Coanda effect, lower pressure, Coanda effect, or surface. They call it surface too. Surface effect, Coanda or surface effect, right? So that's the reason actually that happens. If there's no ceiling, if this is exposed duct, then there's no Coanda effect. So that's why you need to realize that this throw is going to be less. See, 70% of those listed on the table. And then the other one is going to be the throw values are given in terminal versus 100. And see, this is pretty much what the standard is telling you, okay? We're going to analyze this later. Okay, so NC values are based on the octave band later. So this is what we wanted to check actually, see? This guy right here. So in other words, so dash in a space denotes NC value of less than 10. Okay, so NC level less than 10. Let's go here and we're going to, oh no, not really here. We're analyzing this, right? So we're on the top. There we go. So in other words, if we're in here in 500 FPM and then we have this dash, okay, we have an NC level less than 10. So NC level is not a problem. It's not an issue. Okay, so in here the throw is 4. Okay, now that we are on 500, so my requirement was 70 CFM. I cannot take this. I cannot put a 400 diameter and then 12 by 12 module because I need CFM that has to be 75. Okay. What about if we put in here 75, if we check in here 75? This could be accurate, but look at this. It's 1000 FPM of neck velocity. NC level is 20, it's good, but the neck velocity is 1000, so that's extreme. So I was saying 500, maybe 600, 700, okay, fine, 700. It's 1000 is kind of a lot. Okay, so, but the throw is better, so see 7. Oh, now, what is this? We're learning how to analyze these catalog performance levels, performance data, okay? So the throw, what's the throw? So for 500 FPM, we have 1, 2, 4. What is 1? 1 is 1 feet. So in other words, this is going to be, so this ceiling diffuser is going to have a throw of 1 feet for terminal velocity of 150. 2 for terminal velocity of 100, and 4 for terminal velocity of 50. We want to measure based on terminal velocity of 50. Who says that? ASHRAE standard 70. I'm gonna show it in a few. Okay. Now that we analyze this, we cannot do 40. Let's continue going down. 98. Oh, actually, this is looking good. So see, 98. So, but do you want a 12 by 12? No, the architect is going to tell you, hey, I have my ceiling tiles, you know, RCP is, I have everything 24 by 24. Oh, okay, fine. So let's go down here and we have 20 by 20, we have 24 by 24. That's my module size, okay? So for 24 by 24, we're gonna go, again, this second column is 500 FPM, so we have in here 98. Perfection. This 98 applies for my diffuser. So technically I could make a table, see? From 0 to 98 is going to be this diffuser. Or from 0 to 175 is gonna be this diffuser. So let's just do this 6-inch diameter. All right, so 24 by 24, that's my module size. Neck is gonna be 6 inches, and then my airflow is gonna be right here. So let's put it in here like this. See, 98. So 98 CFM is more than 75 CFM. So this looks good. Noise criteria is below 10 NC, so it's perfect. Now, my throw. What is my throw? Is it 1? No. 1 is at a terminal velocity of 150, but we're looking at terminal velocity of 50. So a terminal velocity of 50 is 4 feet. Okay, now we wanted to analyze that part, right? So what we're going to do in here is the following, actually. So let's see in here. Let's do the following. So for example, in here we're throwing it. So this is going to be, I'm gonna make it as which color would be better? We're gonna make it as white. Okay, so this is T150, which is terminal velocity of 150 FPM. This is gonna be T100, terminal velocity of 100 FPM, and this is gonna be T50, terminal velocity of 50. So it's saying that, okay. Let's go again. In the catalog we had this. In the catalog we had this. I'm gonna put this in yellow. So in the catalog, see catalog, it says throw. So this is gonna be in feet. It's saying that is throwing feet is 1, 2, 4. So in other words, this is gonna be 4 feet. See. You know what, let's do this a little bit different. I'm gonna make this like this. So from here to here, I'm gonna make this a little bit different. I want to make it neat. Okay, so let's put in here like this. From here to here, 50. No, okay, let's make the first one. So from here to here, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So technically, what's the distance in here? We were saying the throw. See, the throw in feet. The throw in feet in my catalog, it was showing 1, 2, and 4. So in other words, so 1 is for 150. So this is going to be 1 feet. Oh, let's make this a little bit better. I'm sorry, but I am trying to be very careful on this. So this is going to be 1 foot. So this is going to be 2 foot. And this is going to be 4 foot. There we go. So that is what it is. So see, 1 foot, 2 foot, 4 foot. 4 foot is for, see, for 50 FPM, and then 2 foot for 100 and 150. Who says this? It's based on the test of array 70. All right, and actually this throw is very interesting because depending, okay, this throw, so that's why, so preliminary selection, I'm gonna add in here something else. So let's put in here airflow. Of course, airflow is important, right? Airflow, which means CFM, right? So in other words, if you're selecting your diffuser, you're not gonna spend like the length of this video, 20 minutes to select only one diffuser. Is not efficient because we have so many diffusers in a building. That's why you have a table. Every company has to have a table. So this, we're just learning the specifics and in deeper detail how to do that. So if you want to do this quickly, airflow, NC rating, and neck velocity, all right, and then you do the throw, and then after that you have to check on the layout. For example, if this is close to the corner, to the interior wall, exterior wall, see if it's very close, you can make a three-way, 1, 2, 3-way, because you're losing it in here. So in that place, in that situation, you start playing with the throws. Or for example, this is actually horizontal, right? This was a horizontal air diffuser. What about if it's vertical? That's very interesting and important. And also I need to consider on this is based and very important, based on isothermal conditions. Isothermal conditions. Who says that? Isothermal conditions are based on a standard array 70. So a standard array 70, that it is the method of testing the performance of air outlets and air inlets. So which we're gonna be analyzing that in the next video. For example, I'm gonna pull this on this side. See, this is the standard, and you can download actually this from the internet. See, array standard 70, method of testing the performance of air outlets and air inlets. Okay, all right, so that's for isothermal conditions, based on isothermal conditions, which means that the temperature of the supply air is equal to the temperature of the room. But honestly, in reality, that's not real, right? That doesn't make any sense. That's not real. It's just for tests. So for 7, 150 and 100, it's okay. But when we're talking about terminal velocity of 50, isothermal conditions are not the same as real conditions. So real conditions would be non-isothermal, of course, because if it's very cold inside the room, you want to heat the room. So there's a delta T of the room. So I'm going to put in here temperature of the room. See? Oh, let's make this another color, okay? So I'm going to make this in blue. So you're talking about the room temperature, right? So the room temperature, and you're talking about the supply temperature. So okay, so those two are not equal. However, array 70 is saying that they are equal. That's the assumption. That's why array 70 tells you it's based on isothermal conditions. And all of these tables performance data for air devices are based on array 70, all of them. And they say that these are equal. Now, in reality, it's not equal. And the only issue is going to be this T70, because when it's 150, little effect. 100, some effect. 150 is more effect. You need to, it affects completely. It's not going to, the throw is not going to be the same. It's going to be less, or it's going to be more, depending if it's heating and cooling, or depending if this air diffuser is vertical or horizontal. Okay, so actually that's what we're going to see in the next video. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, that helps a lot. Leave any comments. I love having feedback. Like, any feedback is very welcome. And subscribe. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.